Greetings, Internet, and welcome back to your entertainment. This is Hot Mess Difficulty Video 3. I know this doesn't look like where we left off last time, and that's because I had a series of crashes with Dark Souls just due to the modded nature of this game. I discovered that if Knight Artorias spawns in a specific location, the game crashes, and the only way to solve this is to re-roll or re-randomize the enemy placement, which I did. And then I made a bit of progress in the Valley of Drakes, enough to get through Darkroot, and then I got to Andre. And then the game crashed again. Meaning, well, we're a bit higher level now, so these are the stats. Enjoy seeing level 99, and our goal is to get to the elevator. Also, I don't know if you've noticed this, but my friend John is also watching us. You might be able to hear him. Greet our public, John. Greetings. Yes, he's been a real-life friend for many years, and he just happens to be interested in... He was watching a previous broadcast of this a week ago today, before I started the Hot Mess or All Bosses run. Also to update our viewers, this build has become a lot more sorcery focused because of finding this catalyst and these two sorcery spells. These have been the most reliable means of damage as of late. And without further ado, let's see what's here. We have a Taurus Demon. We have a means of getting through here where the enemies kill themselves. And that's very handy for us. And we also have Crossbreed Priscilla. I can tell based on the snow. We have a Greygoyle. Maybe a Goldgoyle. Yes, a Greygoyle. And this Gargoyle is getting trampled to death, which is very handy for us. Hallelujah. Something else is getting trampled here. I can't tell offhand what it is. Oh, it's a Kappa Demon. I think Gwyn is throwing himself in a pit, or otherwise nearby. Yes, Gwyn just killed himself. I'm liking this Taurus Demon. It's dealing a bunch of damage to our enemies with no harm to ourselves. Take that, Copper Demon, for all the times that you killed players around the world in this game. And now, let's get rid of you. What? No damage? Fine. We'll just have to spear. Or use this. That was very effective. Let's do it again. What is blocking the way? Oh, it's a king. Well, at least he isn't taking up the entire doorway this time. What? Oh, White Titanite chunk. Huh, our homing soul mass became invisible. And that king has a very long reach. All the more reason then to rely on soul mass. I don't know what this king's HP is offhand, but it's probably about 1400. and we might be able to just run past him. I don't know for sure what is harming him, but it's... oh. It's probably the other enemies around here. That looks like a Gwyn. That's absolutely a Gwyn! And that absolutely hurt. Note to self, just run past next time. We are using these souls to level, because we may as well. If we don't use these souls, no one else will use them in our favor. Our endurance has been soft-capped at 40. Soft-capped for endurance in this case means that we will get no more points of stamina for any more points of this stat, but if we so desire, we can continue to invest levels in endurance and get extra carry weight. Yes, please, enemies, kill each other. We get the souls either way. I think that was Gwyn falling off a cliff again. Come on, Taurus Demon. Toro! Toro! And now we run. And apparently he still blocked the doorway. I know there's another way into the sanctuary. Whoever's watching this right now and in the future, I hope you're enjoying yourself. I don't say that because I'm not enjoying it, but I am saying that I'm doing this in large part for you, the viewership. Enjoy. Ah, it's a gold goyle. Batty, batty, 2x4, can't fit through the Dark Souls door. If you're wondering why we have 50 intelligence, it's to cast this spell. And to benefit from an int build in general. Our next trick is to get past the king. Well, they are called bosses for good reason. Because they believe that they are in charge. Ornstein, I thought we killed you 15 times already. Maybe we've done it even more so. Wow, look at this conga line of death. And for anyone who's doubting the power of offensive spells in Dark Souls right now, this is your evidence that they are worth it. Yeah, the homing soul mass barely did anything to Artorias. It would greatly help if we had a bow and ample ammunition by now. Well, let's just try going around if we can. Even further around. Oh, and there's a pinwheel. Hi, pinwheel. Maybe he's called pinwheel because you blow on him and he goes away. Like a pinwheel. Well, Artorias is down there. And there's a king. Yep. There's another gargoyle. So we have a pinwheel and a gargoyle. Get away from the enemies. including the ones that we can't see yet can still attack us through walls. Oh. What chaos it is beneath this. And that Covenant ring only helps if we're online, which I don't plan to in the PvP capacity that it is for. The goal here is to just flee up the stairs, flee the elevator, and go down. Hallelujah, we survived. Shortcut unlocked. And for our next trick, we need to discover what sort of enemy allotment is by this elevator on the downward side in Firelink Shrine so that we can properly prepare for that welcoming committee, because it has almost certainly changed since a previous video. Oh, well, this is very handy. This means we can fight the boss in the Four Kings slot if we ever get there. And I think a king just killed himself. That's 60k souls. I don't know of any other bosses around here with 60k. Ow. But at least we have that. And we can rush to the bonfire. And level when the game lets us. So yes, it is possible to make progress in this mode. Just much more slowly than I initially expected. And now it's Smo. Technically, Smo upgraded. Ow. Okay! That is the third Gwyn we've encountered since the last bonfire. Interesting. Level up. Let's just put a bunch in strength. We might find a Black Knight halberd soon. Here, Gwynny, Gwynny, Gwynny. Hallelujah. And now let's go to the blacksmith below so that we can change some of our gear into magic gear, meaning it does damage that scales with intelligence. For enemies, we have 2 gold goils, and I think I just aggroed one by rolling near it. Yes, the intent was to make him kill himself. And that succeeded. Sure, take it. Let's fix our gear, because I don't like things being broken in this game on us. We modify our +5 pike to be... Well, the intent was to modify the +5 pike to be a magic pike, but let's check out this other gear. These other weapons which we have handy. So, what's the moveset like on this weapon offhand? Not liking it so far. Yes, I was just waiting for him to fall off a cliff. Huh. There's a Gwyn. Almost certainly. He has the telltale glow of the fire sword. So many kings here as well. Alright. I know that if we cut off her tail, we'll almost certainly aggro her. Meaning, let's upgrade our gear first. I don't especially like that. It might be worthwhile, but I'm not convinced yet. What about this one? This feels slow on its recovery. Slow on its wind-up. I'd rather have something faster just due to the nature of fighting all bosses. What about this Boulder Side Sword? Good, it has a thrust, but the downside is that it's short of reach. Though, let's do a comparison. R1 is 27. Okay, that can't even reach. I couldn't tell how much damage that did. Oh, well, this barbed straight sword has a tremendous bonus of bleed. Ah, the Gravelord sword, which we picked up earlier. It can't... I don't think it can be made to scale with it. I'm almost certain that it can't be made to scale with it. And it's either the the barbed straight sword, or the pike. Here's a notion. Let's make each of them magic, and see how they fare. We have enough green titanite to turn that and that into magic damage, which scales with intelligence, amongst other stats. So how does this fare? This is 62 damage. This is too short of a blade. Alright, well, what about this? 71 damage versus 115. I'm just going for this one, for now. There's a Black Knight Halberd! Kind of like I said, hallelujah! And no, I did not check her drop table before saying that. And now would be a very good time to change this out for the bleed sword. To make her bleed and not us bleed. Well, she's a tall one. And that's good for us, because that means she'll have difficulty hurting us. I might feel sorry for her except for the fact that she's trying to kill us. In which case, I have no sympathy. He dropped 30k souls. And there's a tail. There's a pinwheel, who just died in one hit. Hallelujah. I know that we can't kill him. Sorry, I know that if we aggro him, he will likely either kill us or fall off a cliff. In which case, we can't get whatever loot he might drop. Staggered. And this makes me curious about the state of affairs in New Londo. It's another king who cares about us. Well, I don't like those odds. Huh, 8 strikes with the sword. Further proof that we should not be taking these things on in melee if they care about us. Can we hurt these things? Yes, we can hurt the kings with White Dragon Breath. And since in Dark Souls 1, sorceries don't require stamina, this is one way to handle the situation. Huh, even with 50 ints and the most advanced damaging sorcery in the game, we're only doing 347 per hit. Something that I learned is don't use the jumping forward attack on any of these enemies, otherwise they will start caring, and they will do their best to kill you quickly. I figure that since we're here, we may as well collect a lot of souls. How does this compare in terms of damage? Oh yes, the Uchigatana. It isn't upgraded at all, and understandably so. Well, how does this compare? Huh. Alright, well, I'm going to end this recording here because there isn't much more of importance that's happening right now. So, thank you everyone, good night, and God bless.